Hello students, let's discuss our fourth chapter, air around us. We can live without food for a couple of days. We can also live without water for a few days. But can you think that we live without air even for few minutes? Definitely no. So, air is very important for all living beings. If we talk about the presence of air, then we can say that air is present all around us and all living things need air to breathe. Our earth is surrounded by a thick layer of air, which is a mixture of different gases. This layer of air is called atmosphere. The atmosphere that we live in is the result of slow and continuous changes. In this chapter, we will study in detail about the air, its composition and other things related to atmosphere. Dear students, have you ever visited the hilly area on a high altitude? If you have visited, then what you have felt? As we go high in the atmosphere, the air becomes thinner and thinner and we face difficulty in breathing. Air is dense near the earth's surface. Do you know why do we feel difficulty in breathing in high mountains? The reason is simple, that oxygen is less as we go up. So the mountaineers who climbs the high mountains generally take oxygen cylinder with them. Dear students, see this picture. The atmosphere of earth can be divided into different layers like troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. Now we are going to discuss about the different layers of the atmosphere. Let's know about troposphere. Dear students, troposphere is the densest layer of atmosphere. If we talk about the extension of this layer, then it is found from 8 to 12 km above the earth's surface. See the diagram. All weather phenomena occurs in this sphere due to the presence of water vapor and dust particles. In this sphere of atmosphere, the temperature decreases at a rate of 1 degree Celsius with every 165 meter ascent. In simple words, we can say that if we go up in the troposphere, then at every 165 meter of height, 1 degree Celsius of temperature falls. This fall in temperature in troposphere is called the normal lapse rate. Above the troposphere, there lies stratosphere. Here the air is calm and clear. Dust particles and water vapors are not found in this layer. Due to this, the visibility in this layer is the finest and provide ideal flying condition. That's why most of the air flights occur in this layer of atmosphere. There is a narrow zone which separates the troposphere and stratosphere. This narrow zone is known as tropopause. In stratosphere, the temperature is constant. Ozone, which is an important gas of atmosphere, is found in the stratosphere. It absorbs the ultraviolet rays of the sun and protect the life on earth. Dear students, earlier I have talked about mesosphere. It is above the stratosphere. Generally, it is a cold layer where temperature generally decreases with increasing height. All the meteors when enter this layer, they burnt up. Above the mesosphere, there is thermosphere. It is a very thin layer of atmosphere. Its lower layer or portion is known as ionosphere. Due to the presence of iron particles, Do you know what are ion particles? These are electrically charged particles which play an important role in our wireless communication. Radio signals and waves can be sent to different places because of these ion particles. These ion particles send these radio waves or signals to the earth's surface and helps in communication. The cell phone that we use, the radio that we listen, and the TV programs that we watch in our homes. All these are possible because of this ionosphere. In the absence of ionosphere, you will not be able to listen me that I am broadcasting. Above the 1600 km of Earth's surface, the atmosphere slowly merges with very thin gases of outer space, which is known as exosphere. Dear students, let's discuss about the composition of atmosphere. As I have told you that atmosphere is a mixture of different gases. There are three major gases present in atmosphere. These are nitrogen, oxygen and other gases. Dear students, look at this diagram. In our atmosphere, 78% is nitrogen, 21% is oxygen and remaining 1% are the other gases like argon, carbon dioxide and helium, etc. Simply we can say that nitrogen, oxygen and carbon dioxide are the major gases of our atmosphere. Except this, our atmosphere also contains dust particles and water vapors. We will discuss the importance of each of these constituents in the atmosphere. The main gas of our atmosphere is nitrogen. It occupies 78% of total volume. This gas has a very little importance for living organisms. When we breathe, most of the nitrogen is not utilized in our body system. Plants absorb nitrogen to the soil and helps them to grow. In simple words, we can say that nitrogen is indirectly useful to us because we depend on plants for our survival. Oxygen is the second major gas in volume in the atmosphere, but most important for living beings. All living organisms including humans and animals inhale oxygen to stay alive. So we can say that oxygen is a life supporting gas. Oxygen is continually degenerated through the process of photosynthesis. That's why we must grow more and more trees to maintain a balance of oxygen. The third important gas of atmosphere is carbon dioxide, which constitutes a very small percentage, that is 0.03%, but it is an important gas in maintaining life cycle of plants. Do you know how all living beings release carbon dioxide during respiration? The green plants draw this carbon dioxide from atmosphere and utilize it through the process of photosynthesis. It is a process when the plants absorb carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight to make their food and release oxygen. This process is known as photosynthesis. Dear students, carbon dioxide absorbs heat of the sun and increase the temperature to the earth. This is known as global warming. Except these three major gases, the atmosphere contains other gases like argon, helium, methane, water vapors and dust particles. The dust particles present in the atmosphere act as hygroscopic nucleus, which helps in the process of condensation and precipitation. Dear students, in next module we will discuss about the atmospheric pollution, atmospheric pressure and temperature and mechanism of rainfall.